Stay hungry, stay unstoppable, is more than just a phrase. It's a mindset, a way of living that separates those who settle from those who rise, those who give excuses from those who create results. Hunger is not about food, it's about desire. It's about that burning fire inside you that refuses to let you stay ordinary, that refuses to let you live a life of mediocrity. Hunger is the drive that makes you wake up earlier than others, work harder than others, and push yourself further than you ever thought possible. When you are hungry for your dreams, you don't need to be pushed. You are pulled by vision, by purpose, by a relentless determination that no obstacle can break. Think about every great achiever in history. They weren't the smartest, they weren't the strongest, and they weren't always the most talented. What they had was hunger. Hunger to win, hunger to change, hunger to create, hunger to become something more than what they were yesterday. The world does not stop you because of your lack of resources, talent, or opportunity. The only thing that can stop you is the lack of hunger. When you're hungry, you find a way. When doors close, you build your own door. When people doubt you, you use it as fuel. When life knocks you down, you don't stay there. You rise, stronger, sharper, more determined than ever. Being unstoppable doesn't mean you never fall. It means nothing can keep you down permanently. Unstoppable people are not fearless. They are people who move forward despite fear. They are not immune to setbacks, but they refuse to quit. They are not born extraordinary. They create extraordinary through discipline, resilience, and consistency. Being unstoppable means you have made a decision that no matter what happens, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes, you will not give up on yourself or your dream. Stay hungry means never being satisfied, never settling for average, never thinking you've arrived. The moment you think you've made it, your hunger fades, and so does your growth. Champions stay hungry even after they win. They push for more, not out of greed, but out of a deep desire to see how far they can really go. That's why hunger must live inside you every day, because it's the fuel that keeps you moving when motivation fades and when challenges multiply. Every time you feel like stopping, remind yourself why you started. Every time you hear that inner voice telling you it's too hard, answer back louder with your hunger. The struggle you are facing is not here to break you. It's here to build you. The path of hunger and relentlessness will never be easy, but that's why it leads to greatness. Easy paths create weak people. Hard paths create unstoppable ones. So don't let fear starve your hunger. Don't let doubt weaken your belief. Don't let setbacks destroy your spirit. Feed your hunger every day with discipline, with vision, with action, and you will discover the unstoppable force within you. Life will test you. People will doubt you. The road will get rough. But as long as you stay hungry, nothing can hold you back. Stay hungry for growth, for progress, for greatness. Stay unstoppable in your pursuit of becoming everything you were meant to be. Because the truth is, nobody can defeat a person who refuses to quit, and nothing can stop a heart that stays hungry for its dream. Hunger is the fuel for greatness. It is not about physical appetite, but about the fire within that keeps you chasing more, striving harder, and refusing to settle for less than your potential. Hunger is that invisible force that makes the impossible possible, that pushes ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Without hunger, even the most talented people stagnate. With hunger, even the least gifted can rise beyond expectations, surpass limitations, and achieve greatness that others only dream about. Hunger is what separates the winners from the dreamers, the doers from the talkers, and the legends from the forgotten. Think about the people who have left their mark on history. They weren't always the most skilled or the most privileged, but they had something inside them that refused to let them stop. They had hunger. It was hunger that drove Thomas Edison to fail over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. It was hunger that pushed Michael Jordan to train harder after being cut from his high school basketball team. It was hunger that inspired Malala Yousafzai to stand up for education despite threats to her life. Hunger is not a choice. It's a necessity for those who refuse to live an average life. Greatness is never handed out freely. It demands sacrifice, persistence, and an undying will to keep pushing even when everything tells you to quit. Hunger is what keeps you moving in the face of failure. It whispers in your ear when the world is silent, reminding you that your story isn't over yet, reminding you that there's more to do, more to give, more to create. It's the spark that turns setbacks into comebacks, obstacles into stepping stones, and struggles into lessons. Without hunger, people give up at the first sign of difficulty. With hunger, difficulties become fuel for a stronger, bolder version of yourself. The truth is, talent can give you a head start, but hunger will determine how far you go. There are countless people with talent who never make it because they lack the hunger to put in the work, to endure the grind, to keep going when it's uncomfortable. Hunger is the difference between someone who plays safe and someone who plays bold. Hunger gives you the courage to risk, to try, to fail, and to rise again. Without it, you'll always play small, live small, and die with regret. Hunger creates vision. It makes you see beyond your current circumstances and believe in possibilities that others can't even imagine. A hungry person doesn't look at their lack of resources as a limitation. They see it as a reason to get creative, to fight harder, to dig deeper. Hunger teaches you resourcefulness because when you want something badly enough, you'll find a way, even if you have to start from nothing. Every empire, every invention, every revolution began with hunger. A hunger for change, a hunger for more, a hunger for greatness. The powerful thing about hunger is that it keeps you humble yet relentless. You never feel like you've arrived. Even after victories, hunger whispers, "What's next?" It doesn't let you rest in comfort zones or stay stuck in past achievements. Hunger pushes you to grow daily, to learn constantly, and to challenge yourself endlessly. That's why champions stay hungry even after success. They know complacency kills greatness. It's not the first victory that defines you. It's the hunger to keep winning, to keep creating, to keep inspiring. But hunger isn't just about personal gain. True hunger drives you to make an impact beyond yourself. It inspires you to lift others, to create opportunities, to leave a legacy. A hungry heart doesn't settle for living only for personal success. It wants to change the world around it. Think of leaders, innovators, and change makers. They were fueled by hunger, not just for themselves, but for a cause, for a mission, for something greater than their own comfort. Hunger is what transforms personal ambition into collective inspiration. Many people wonder why they feel stuck or unfulfilled, and the answer often lies in the lack of hunger. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. When you stop hungering for progress, you stop growing. When you stop growing, you start dying inside. Hunger keeps you alive, awake, and aware that you have more to give, more to achieve, and more to live for. It is not about greed or dissatisfaction. It is about refusing to waste the potential inside you. So hunger is not optional. It is essential if you want to rise above average. It's the fire that wakes you up early and keeps you up late. The voice that tells you, keep going, when others have quit. The determination that refuses to let obstacles be the end of your story. Hunger is what will make you take risks others won't, endure pain others can't, and chase dreams others laugh at. And in the end, hunger is what will make you unstoppable. Greatness is not reserved for the chosen few. It is reserved for the hungry. It belongs to those who want it badly enough to sacrifice, to struggle, and to persist until they get it. When you are hungry, nothing is too hard, no dream is too big, no mountain is too high. Hunger gives you strength beyond measure, resilience beyond belief, and vision beyond limitation. Stay hungry because hunger is the only true fuel for greatness. Obstacles are opportunities to rise higher. At first, this may sound like a contradiction because obstacles usually appear as barriers that block our path, challenges that slow us down, or trials that make life difficult. But hidden within every obstacle is the seed of growth, strength, and transformation. Obstacles are not there to stop you. They are there to test you, to refine you, and to prepare you for the greatness you are destined to achieve. Without obstacles, there is no growth. Without resistance, there is no strength. Without struggle, there is no progress. When you look at the lives of successful people, you realize that obstacles were never the end of their journey. In fact, those very challenges became the stepping stones that carried them to the top. Oprah Winfrey faced poverty, abuse, and countless rejections before becoming one of the most influential voices in the world. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet emerged not bitter but stronger, ready to lead his nation into freedom. J.K. Rowling was turned down by numerous publishers before her Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon. Their obstacles did not define them negatively, they defined them powerfully. They are proof that obstacles are not roadblocks, but pathways to something greater. Obstacles force us to dig deeper than we ever thought possible. They push us beyond our comfort zones, beyond the easy way of living, into the realm of persistence and resilience. When you face obstacles, you learn lessons that no success story without struggle could ever teach you. Obstacles teach patience when progress seems slow. They teach resilience when everything in you wants to quit. They teach creativity when the usual solutions no longer work. They teach faith when the future looks uncertain. In every obstacle, there is a hidden treasure, growth of character and strength of spirit. Most people see obstacles and stop, believing it's a sign to turn back or give up. But those who rise higher see obstacles as challenges meant to be conquered. They shift their perspective and ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become stronger? How can this shape me for the future I desire? That shift in mindset is what separates those who quit from those who rise. Every obstacle is like a mountain. To some, it's a wall too high to climb. To others, it's a chance to prove how high they can rise. The truth is, obstacles also reveal who you truly are. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to appear strong, confident, and determined. But when life throws unexpected challenges, your true character is exposed. Do you give up at the first setback, or do you fight harder? Do you allow difficulties to crush your spirit, or do you use them as fuel to push forward? Obstacles are not here to destroy you. They are here to build the version of you that is capable of carrying your dreams. Even in nature, resistance creates growth. Muscles only grow when they are pushed against resistance. Diamonds are formed under immense pressure. Trees grow stronger roots when they face storms. The same is true for you. Without obstacles, your life would remain shallow, your potential untouched, and your greatness untested. The more you rise above obstacles, the stronger you become, and the more unstoppable you are in chasing your dreams. Sometimes the very obstacle you face is the thing that redirects you toward your true purpose. What looks like rejection today may be protection from something that wasn't meant for you. What looks like a setback may be setting you up for something bigger and better. The job you didn't get, the door that didn't open, the failure you endured, they all may be guiding you to something greater that you couldn't see yet. Obstacles are not always punishment. Often they are preparation. When you start to see obstacles as opportunities, your entire life changes. Instead of fearing failure, you embrace it as a teacher. Instead of resenting struggle, you welcome it as training for the battles ahead. Instead of shrinking in the face of adversity, you stand taller, knowing that every challenge overcome adds another layer of strength to your character. You no longer ask, why me? But instead declare, try me. That mindset turns obstacles into stepping stones and adversity into advantage. Greatness requires the ability to rise above the challenges that others surrender to. The truth is, most people quit when the road gets tough, which is why so few truly achieve their dreams. If you can endure the obstacles and keep moving forward, you are already ahead of the majority. The very challenges that make others give up will make you rise higher if you choose not to quit. So the next time you face an obstacle, don't curse it, don't run from it, and don't let it break you. Instead, embrace it. Look it in the eye and recognize that it is there to shape you, to strengthen you, and to make you worthy of the dream you're chasing. Every obstacle you overcome is proof that you are stronger than you once believed. Every setback you face is simply setting you up for a greater comeback. Obstacles are not there to block your path, they are the path. They are the test you must pass to earn the life you dream of living. When you rise above obstacles, you don't just achieve your goals. You transform into someone who is resilient, fearless, and unstoppable. That transformation is the true reward of every obstacle. So don't fear them. Don't resent them. Embrace them. Because in the end, obstacles are not your enemy. They are your greatest opportunity to rise higher than you ever imagined. Being unstoppable means refusing to quit. It is a mindset, a choice, and a way of living that declares no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fall, and no matter how many doors slam in your face, you will not surrender. Quitting is the easiest option available in every struggle, but it is also the one that guarantees failure. Refusing to quit is what separates those who merely wish for success from those who achieve it. The truth is, greatness is not reserved for the smartest, the strongest, or even the most talented. Greatness belongs to those who refuse to give up. Every journey worth taking will test your resolve. You will face setbacks that make you question if the effort is even worth it. You will hear voices of doubt, both from others and from within yourself, whispering that maybe you should just stop, that maybe you don't have what it takes. In those moments, the decision you make defines everything. Do you stop or do you press forward? The ones who become unstoppable are not the ones who never doubt, never struggle, or never fail. They are the ones who feel the doubt, face the struggle, endure the failure, and keep going anyway. Refusing to quit does not mean the path will be easy. In fact, it often means enduring a path filled with challenges that push you to your limits. But it is in those moments of difficulty that the unstoppable spirit is forged. Just like steel is strengthened by fire, your determination grows stronger every time you refuse to give up. Every no you hear, every obstacle you face, every fall you endure, when you choose to rise again, you prove that you are becoming unstoppable. History is filled with stories of people who refused to quit even when success seemed impossible. Colonel Sanders was rejected over 1,000 times before someone believed in his recipe for fried chicken. And today KFC is known worldwide. Thomas Edison failed repeatedly in his quest to invent the light bulb, but his refusal to quit changed the course of human history. Michael Jordan, considered one of the greatest basketball players ever, admitted he missed over 9,000 shots in his career, lost hundreds of games, and failed time and time again. But he kept playing, kept pushing, kept refusing to quit. What all of these stories have in common is that the outcome was never decided by talent alone, but by perseverance. When you refuse to quit, you send a powerful message to life itself: you will not be broken. Life will test you with disappointments, heartbreaks, failures, and moments of crushing doubt. But every time you get back up, you gain strength. Every time you endure, you build resilience. Every time you keep going, you move one step closer to the breakthrough that others gave up on too soon. Refusing to quit is not about never falling. It is about rising every single time you fall. Many people fail not because they lack the ability to succeed, but because they quit too soon. They gave up right before the breakthrough, right before the opportunity, right before the moment that would have changed everything. Being unstoppable means having the patience and persistence to stay the course even when results are not immediate. Success is rarely sudden. It is the reward of countless unseen hours of effort, sacrifice, and resilience. You cannot control how quickly results come, but you can control your refusal to quit until they do. Being unstoppable also means redefining failure. To most people, failure is a sign to stop. But to the unstoppable, failure is simply feedback, a lesson, and a stepping stone towards success. Every failure holds information you can use to grow stronger, smarter, and more prepared. When you refuse to quit, failure loses its power over you. It no longer becomes the end of the road, but simply part of the road. The truth is, refusing to quit will make you different from most of the world. The majority of people give up when things get hard. They settle for less because they don't want to endure the discomfort of persistence. But those who choose not to quit, those who press on when others stop, become the few who achieve what most only dream of: being unstoppable, is not about being fearless or perfect. It is about being relentless, about showing up again and again until you win. When you embrace the mindset of never quitting, you discover a power within yourself that you didn't know existed. You begin to realize that you are capable of far more than you imagined. Obstacles that once seemed overwhelming become challenges you know you can conquer. Setbacks that once discouraged you become fuel to keep going. Doubts that once paralyzed you become opportunities to prove yourself wrong. That is the transformation that happens when you refuse to quit. So when life gets hard, and it will, make the decision to keep moving. When you fall, and you will, choose to rise again. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. The road to greatness is long, tough, and filled with challenges, but it is also the road that leads to victory. Refuse to quit, because the moment you do, the dream dies with you. But as long as you keep going, as long as you keep fighting, as long as you keep refusing to give up, you are unstoppable. Hunger must live inside you every day. It cannot be something you feel only once in a while, when circumstances are favorable, or when motivation is high. True hunger is a constant companion, a daily drive that pushes you to grow, improve, and keep reaching higher no matter what. The moment hunger dies, progress stops. The moment you decide you are satisfied with where you are, growth ceases and complacency takes over. That is why hunger must never be temporary. It has to be alive within you every single day, guiding your actions and fueling your journey toward greatness. Think about the difference between someone who is hungry for success and someone who is comfortable. The comfortable person does what is required, nothing more. They avoid discomfort. They stay within their limits, and they never risk failure because they don't feel the need to chase more. The hungry person, however, refuses to settle. They wake up early, they put in extra effort. They train their mind and body to endure challenges because they are driven by an inner fire that won't let them rest. That is the power of daily hunger. It refuses to let you live life halfway. Hunger is what keeps champions from being satisfied even after they win. The greatest athletes, leaders, and innovators in history didn't stop after their first achievement. They stayed hungry, asking themselves, what else can I do? How much further can I go? What greater impact can I make? That is why they continued to achieve, while others faded into obscurity. The difference is not just talent. The difference is hunger that refuses to die. Every day you are faced with two choices: feed your hunger or feed your comfort. If you feed your comfort, you begin to drift into a life of mediocrity, where your potential is wasted and your dreams remain unfulfilled. If you feed your hunger, you stay alive, active, and constantly moving toward greater heights. Hunger must live in your heart every morning when you wake up, reminding you that there is more to do, more to learn, and more to accomplish. It must drive you every night as you rest, whispering that tomorrow you will go further than today. Hunger is not about greed or dissatisfaction. It is about honoring your potential. You were not created to live small, to hide your gifts, or to waste your talents. Hunger is the voice inside that tells you there is more within you, more waiting to be discovered, more greatness to be revealed. It refuses to let you waste the limited time you have on this earth. Hunger demands action. Hunger demands discipline. Hunger demands consistency. But staying hungry every day is not always easy. Life has a way of distracting you with comfort, routine, and temporary pleasures. Success itself can trick you into believing you've arrived, that you no longer need to push as hard. That is why hunger must be guarded and nurtured daily. You feed your hunger with goals that stretch you, with challenges that scare you, and with reminders of why you started in the first place. You fuel it by surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, with knowledge that grows you, and with habits that strengthen you. Hunger dies in environments of laziness, but it thrives in environments of discipline. Hunger must be greater than your excuses. Excuses are the easiest way to kill hunger because they allow you to justify staying comfortable. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. It's too hard. These excuses may silence your hunger for a moment, but they also silence your growth. Every day you have a choice: let your hunger lead you, or let your excuses stop you. The unstoppable are those who choose hunger over excuses every single time. What makes hunger powerful is that it keeps you moving even when motivation fades. Motivation comes and goes, but hunger is deeper. It is not a temporary feeling, it is a way of living. Motivation might get you started, but hunger keeps you consistent on the days you don't feel like showing up. Hunger is what drives you when the results are slow, when progress feels invisible, and when others would have quit long ago. It reminds you that greatness is not built in a moment, but in the persistence of daily effort. The reason hunger must live inside you every day is because life is constantly moving forward. Time does not wait. Opportunities do not pause. Every day you feed your hunger, you grow stronger, sharper, and closer to your vision. Every day you ignore your hunger, you fall behind, you lose momentum, and you miss chances that may never return. Hunger ensures you stay alert, focused, and ready to seize what life offers. So never let hunger die. Guard it, feed it, protect it. Let it live in your thoughts, in your actions, and in your choices. Wake up hungry for growth, hungry for progress, hungry for excellence. Go to bed hungry for more impact, more wisdom, more greatness. Let hunger guide the way you work, the way you dream, and the way you live. Because hunger is not just the beginning of greatness. It is the sustaining force that keeps you climbing, keeps you pushing, and keeps you becoming more every single day. Discipline and resilience create the unstoppable mindset. Without them, hunger and passion will eventually fade, because energy alone cannot carry you through the storms of life. Hunger lights the fire, but discipline keeps it burning day after day. Resilience protects that fire when the winds of failure, rejection, and hardship blow against it. Together, discipline and resilience form the unshakable foundation that allows you to keep moving forward, no matter what stands in your way. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is the quiet strength that pushes you out of bed early in the morning, that keeps you focused when distractions surround you, and that demands consistency when laziness tempts you to quit. Discipline is not glamorous. It is often repetitive, tiring, and difficult, but it is the very thing that transforms potential into results. Without discipline, dreams remain dreams. With discipline, those same dreams become reality, brick by brick, step by step, day by day. Resilience, on the other hand, is the power to rise after every fall. It is the ability to withstand failure, rejection, and setbacks without losing your spirit. Life will not go according to plan. You will face disappointments that crush your expectations and obstacles that feel impossible to overcome. Resilience is the shield that protects you in those moments. It is the refusal to let difficulties define you or destroy your belief in yourself. Resilience is not about avoiding pain. It is about enduring it, learning from it, and coming back stronger than before. When discipline and resilience come together, they create a force that nothing can stop. Discipline ensures that you keep moving forward on your path, and resilience ensures that you get back on your path every time you stumble. Discipline helps you build habits that carry you through when motivation disappears. Resilience helps you recover when circumstances knock you down. One without the other is incomplete. Discipline without resilience can lead to burnout when life gets tough. Resilience without discipline can lead to endless restarts without consistent progress. But when both are present, you become unstoppable. Think of the greatest athletes, leaders, and creators in history. They were not just talented or passionate. They built their lives around discipline and resilience. Serena Williams didn't become one of the greatest tennis players by relying only on her talent. She trained with relentless discipline, day after day, year after year. When she lost, she didn't quit. Her resilience pushed her to rise again, stronger than before. Elon Musk faced multiple business failures and rejections, but his resilience refused to let him stop, and his discipline kept him working tirelessly until he achieved breakthroughs. These people are living proof that discipline and resilience are the true building blocks of an unstoppable mindset. Discipline also creates freedom. At first, this sounds contradictory because discipline feels restrictive. But the truth is, discipline frees you from regret, from wasted time, from living below your potential. It creates structure in your life that allows your energy and creativity to flow. When you have the discipline to control your habits, you no longer become a slave to impulses, distractions, or excuses. You take control of your path, step into your power, and move intentionally toward your goals. Resilience, too, is liberating. It frees you from the fear of failure, because you know that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. Resilient people don't avoid risk. They embrace it, because they understand that failure is not the end. Failure is simply feedback. Rejection is redirection. Setbacks are setups for comebacks. With resilience, every difficulty becomes a stepping stone, and every defeat becomes part of the victory. Discipline and resilience also work together to build confidence. When you discipline yourself to take action daily, you build trust in yourself. You prove that you can be counted on, even by yourself. When you bounce back from adversity through resilience, you prove that nothing can break you permanently. Confidence is not built by avoiding challenges. It is built by enduring them, learning from them, and overcoming them. That is why unstoppable people radiate strength, because they know they have survived struggles and kept going anyway. It's important to understand that discipline and resilience are not qualities you are simply born with. They are skills that can be built. Every time you choose to show up despite excuses, your discipline grows stronger. Every time you rise after failure, your resilience grows deeper. These qualities are like muscles. They get stronger the more you use them. And just like muscles, if you neglect them, they weaken. That is why you must train your discipline and resilience daily, just as you would train your body. Life will always test you. It will tempt you with distractions, overwhelm you with setbacks, and challenge your commitment. In those moments, talent won't save you. Luck won't carry you. Even motivation may not be enough. But discipline will make you show up, and resilience will make you rise again. Together, they make you unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you grow stronger. So embrace discipline as your daily companion. Let it structure your habits, sharpen your focus, and push you toward consistent action. Embrace resilience as your shield and your weapon. Let it remind you that failure is never final. Setbacks are never permanent, and nothing can keep you down if you refuse to stay down. When discipline and resilience become part of who you are, no obstacle can defeat you, no delay can discourage you, and no failure can destroy you. You will keep moving, keep growing, and keep becoming greater, no matter how long it takes. That is the unstoppable mindset, and it is yours to build. No one can defeat a hungry heart, a heart that is fueled by desire, vision, and relentless determination becomes unstoppable, unbreakable, and untouchable by the challenges that life throws its way. You can take away resources, you can close doors, you can pile obstacles on top of a hungry heart, but it will still find a way forward. Why? Because hunger is not something external, it comes from within. A hungry heart is not dependent on circumstances, luck, or outside approval. It feeds itself with belief, with hope, and with an inner fire that refuses to go out. Throughout history, it has been hungry hearts that changed the world. They were not the wealthiest, nor the most privileged, nor even the most talented, but they had a hunger that could not be silenced. That hunger made them willing to work harder, sacrifice more, and keep going longer than anyone else. A hungry heart refuses to accept defeat as permanent. It sees rejection not as the end, but as redirection. It sees failure not as a grave, but as a stepping stone. It sees challenges not as walls, but as doors waiting to be opened. That kind of heart cannot be defeated, because it cannot be convinced to quit. Life will always test your hunger. It will throw obstacles in your path to see if your heart truly desires what you say you want. Many people fail not because they lack ability, but because their hunger is weak. When difficulties come, their desire fades and they give up. But a hungry heart never gives up. It may bend, it may break temporarily, it may cry in the dark when no one is watching, but it always rises again. It always returns stronger. It always keeps moving toward its dream. Hunger is what gives you resilience, because when your heart is hungry enough, nothing can persuade you to stop. A hungry heart has vision. It doesn't just see things as they are, it sees what they could become. That vision becomes fuel. When others see limitations, the hungry heart sees opportunities. When others complain about the weight of challenges, the hungry heart sees them as training, as preparation for greatness. Vision transforms pain into purpose and setbacks into setups. This is why no one can defeat a hungry heart, because it always finds meaning, always finds a reason to keep going. Even in loss, it finds lessons. Even in failure, it finds strength. Hunger also gives courage. Fear exists in everyone's life, but hunger overpowers fear. When your heart is truly hungry for something, you will walk into uncertainty, you will face criticism, and you will endure risk, because your desire for the reward is greater than your fear of the cost. The hungry heart is not fearless, but it acts in spite of fear. That courage separates those who live boldly from those who stay trapped in comfort zones. And comfort zones, as safe as they may seem, are where dreams die. But a hungry heart refuses to die in comfort. It chooses to live in pursuit of greatness. No one can defeat a hungry heart, because hunger creates persistence. The most powerful weapon you can have in life is persistence, the refusal to stop no matter how many times you fail. Hunger gives you the energy to persist. It makes you keep knocking when doors don't open. It makes you keep climbing when the mountain feels endless. It makes you keep believing when nothing seems to be working. Persistence powered by hunger is unstoppable, because sooner or later, the breakthrough always comes. Even when the world doubts you, a hungry heart does not need their belief. It believes in itself. It trusts the process. It knows that results may not come today or tomorrow, but if it keeps going, they will come. That inner conviction is what makes a hungry heart undefeatable. Others may laugh, others may criticize, others may even try to block you, but they cannot take away the fire inside. They cannot kill the hunger that refuses to die. A hungry heart also inspires others. People may resist your words, but they cannot ignore your passion. They cannot ignore the energy and determination that radiates from someone who is deeply committed to a dream. That inspiration creates ripples. It awakens hunger in others, pushes them to rise, and encourages them to believe that they too can achieve greatness. That is why no one can defeat a hungry heart. It not only carries itself forward, it pulls others forward with it. But the greatest power of a hungry heart is that it never settles. It refuses to accept mediocrity. It refuses to stop at good enough. It keeps searching for ways to improve, to grow, to expand, to contribute. That relentless hunger keeps it alive, awake, and unstoppable. Even after victories, the hungry heart asks, "What's next?" Not out of greed, but out of a deep desire to maximize its potential. Hunger ensures that greatness is not a moment, but a lifelong pursuit. So if you want to live an unstoppable life, guard your hunger. Feed it daily with goals, with growth, with gratitude, and with vision. Don't let distractions starve it. Don't let failures weaken it. Don't let comfort kill it. Keep your hunger alive, because once it dies, your dreams die with it. But as long as it lives, nothing in this world can defeat you. No one can defeat a hungry heart, because hunger is stronger than fear, stronger than rejection, stronger than failure, and stronger than every obstacle combined. A hungry heart always finds a way, always keeps fighting, always keeps rising. As long as your heart stays hungry, you are unstoppable.